Hello, pull up a chair and let's learn some stuff about space. Shunsuke, one of my students asked me this question. So why is there gravity in space? Yes, asked by Shunsuke, my TCUE student, he's a second year college student, so it's freshman, sophomore student. How about in your country? Put a comment below. How do you call second year college students in your country? You always say sophomore in America. Of course, why is there gravity in space? That's a great question because a lot of people say zero gravity. There's even a zero gravity plane that NASA people practice on. You can research on the internet, or you can see in the space station here they're floating in the space station here in the middle. Of course, they're like, oh, they're in zero gravity. There is no zero gravity. Space still has gravity. So that's why this is a great question. Actually, where the space station is, it's about 400 kilometers above us. So 400 kilometers up. And even at 400 kilometers up, the altitude, still the gravity from Earth is still 90%. So compared to sea level, so still 90% of gravity you have in space. So what they're actually doing is not zero gravity. What they're actually is called free fall. They're actually falling slowly, but they're still falling toward Earth. So like that, you see in movies all the time where this astronaut's out in space and then, oh no, he lost the space station or whatever he's at, and he floats away into space. Actually, that is not correct scientifically because he should actually fall toward the Earth. So the reason the space station doesn't fall toward the Earth is horizontal movement because it has engines and it's moving as the Earth is here trying to pull it down. It's moving horizontally against the Earth. So this is why it's free fall. You're free falling toward the Earth. So if there was no horizontal movement, that space station and the astronauts would just float slowly toward the Earth. So that's why, for example, moons always our moon surrounds us and circles us because the gravity we have on it, that's why it doesn't float away into space. Uh, every planet has gravity. Even sun, stars have gravity. So as Newton said, there's two things that create gravity. Of course, the mass and the sorry, we're done here. Yeah, distance. That's right, distance. So mass and distance. So how far you are from the sun, how big the sun is versus how big we are, those things affect. So the size of each object and the distance between each object affects how gravity is pulling. So the sun is pulling us toward it. That's why we're rotating around it. We are pulling the moon toward us. That's why we're rotating around it. By the way, the question of the day. So I talked about how our moon would float away if we had no gravity. So here's a question. Of the 8 planets remaining, so Pluto's technically not a planet anymore, only 2 planets don't have a moon. Which planets are they that don't have a moon and why? Can you answer in the comments below? Why don't they have a moon? It's a very interesting answer. So again, great question. Of course, from let's see, Shunsuke. Yes, Shunsuke. Why is there gravity in space? Yes, because of course free falling. So it's same like a parachute. Parachutists fall slowly to Earth. That's what would happen with the astronauts if there was no horizontal movement. Thanks again for the question. And don't forget to answer that my question in the comments below. Which 2 planets don't have a moon and why? Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in our next video. Take care. Have a good day.